I have spoken to Peter Obi's matter each time I met you guys. Peter Obi is a drifter who moves from a pathetic one at that, who moves from one political party or platform to the other in search of an intention to take advantage of.
I'm always a loyal member of any party. Yes, people will say he has left this party, he has left this party, he has left this party. One day, those who are close to me will tell the story of how I left all those parties.
I have spoken to Peter Obi's matter each time I met you guys. Peter Obi is a drifter who moves from a pathetic one at that, who moves from one political party or platform to the other in search of an intention to take advantage of whomever he is with. He doesn't want to compete for the primaries in those parties that he went to. This will probably be his fifth party, right? From PDP to ABGA, from ABGA back to PDP, then Labour Party, and then ADC, now NDC. There are only 21 political parties left. Between now and the end of the primary season, maybe Peter Obi would have moved to all of them, except of course our party AAC, because we made it very clear that we don't have anything in common. So, but in saying that, he's entitled to move as many times as he wants. But this speaks to what we've always told you, that the man has nothing to offer, just as his senior brothers. In fact, they were celebrating yesterday. I saw one of their tweets where they said that Sowere was complaining about us that we are with structure of criminality. We have finally left structure of criminality, or we have moved to another structure of smaller criminality. So good luck to him. But again, this speaks to the opportunism about his political life that we always told you about. And the Nigerian palace, this is what they say, that Olosho don't change location again.
So looking at 2027 general election.
I'm always a loyal member of any party. Yes, people will say he has left this party, he has left this party, he has left this party. One day, those who are close to me will tell the story of how I left all those parties. The truth is that every party I've left, I've been pushed to leave. This morning, somebody asked me a question about something. I said, I don't stay where there's a problem. I've never knowingly, whether it's in private or in public, quarrel with people. I don't stay. I would rather be the loser and be called a coward and go out of it in peace than stay where there's quarrel. So if people tomorrow say, we don't want you here, I'll move on. That is not weakness. It is a virtue. Just like people will say it's simple, it is a virtue. People will say it's patient, it's a virtue. You must be able to do things where you tolerate others, and if they don't want you, don't quarrel with them. You move on. My commitment is for a better Nigeria, and I believe that we need to work together with other entities in order to be able to change the country.
All right. My name is Chukwuebuka. I'm currently based in Nigeria. So, my first question is currently what is happening in Nigeria, as you said, 2 days ago now and yesterday, some journalists have been arrested, and also without any information of what they've done and all the rest of them. Like last night or 2 days ago, we heard about the founder of Telegram arrested in France, and the reasons why he was arrested was put out here for people to know. But in Nigeria, journalists are being arrested without any information of what they've done and all the rest of them, and then keeping them incommunicable. So my question is, what are you doing, like, to telling the leaders of the use of telling people, even though there's need to arrest someone, to open up and tell the public the reason why the person is arrested. Then secondly, my question is about collaboration in terms of making Nigeria great again, or keeping building the new Nigeria we are talking about. How are you collaborating or meeting people all over Nigeria to join hands with you and then achieve this vision? So these are my two questions. Thank you.
Well, starting from your first question about journalists and people being arrested without listening, I've said that for me, if I was involved, it was under my watch, nobody would be arrested unlawfully. And nobody would be harassed unlawfully. Everything we're going to do, one of the things I want to enthrone is that intangible assets of law and order, and living with the rule within the law, making sure that the right things are done always, because it's critical for people to live in a society. On what you said, if you're in Nigeria, you know that I'm moving around, trying to get people to understand and join in what I'm doing, trying to make them to do it themselves. So it is important. The functionality of party is people. As you know, it is not easy to be in a party that is not in government, because the transactional system, our politics today is transactional. So being in opposition like I am, and even moving around, you're getting as a mad person. Where are you getting the resources? How are you doing it yourself? Why will you be wasting your resources? Because everything is waste. They want you to be where something is being shared. So it is people. When people apply and they fine. If they don't, we can't force them.
So let me take this opportunity. We recently spoke with several current students at the Wharton School of Business, and they have an annual conference, the Wharton Africa Business Forum, and they have graciously would be over the moon to have you as their keynote speaker. The Wharton Africa Business Forum is this year's, every year it's November 15th through 16th. And so on behalf of them, I would like to extend an invitation to you formally to be the keynote speaker. And for those of you who are in the Philadelphia area, please definitely make a point to attend this conference, and hopefully you'll consider attending and being there as a keynote.
No problem. For me, visiting schools and engaging with students is critical, especially when we're talking about young ones, which I said, they will be the engine for New Nigeria. Ours is to build the foundation. They will build the structures, because they're being trained, they have what it takes. They've lived in Western world, they've lived in better part of the world, they've seen things work better. So they will be the drivers of this new Nigeria we're talking about. We can do it.
Yeah.
We just exist now. Ours is to lay the foundation, to show that here we have good governance. Governance that is humanitarian, cares about the people, government that is investing in education. I want to see schools in every corner of the north educating people. The young ones are met in our military schools that are learning the Quran. I want to see them, while learning Quran, also learning English, learning mathematics, learning physics, everything. When they now be the tools, the workers, that these ones that are here and all over the globe will use in building New Nigeria.
Fantastic, and I know they'll be excited to have you. Mr. Nicholas, you're on North TV Live. You may be the last question, so please go ahead, introduce yourself, tell us where you're from, and ask your question.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Peter Obi. My name is Nicholas. I'm from Imo State, Nigeria. I live in the United States. My question is about wasteful spending in government. As someone who was a governor of the state, I look at Nigeria and I wonder how we've been able to purchase, the government of the day has been able to purchase some wasteful resources that we do not need. And it's almost as if we as a people are powerless. So as someone who was governor in his time, how can the people stop this government from continuously wasting our resources? I don't know if that's like it's going to be a means of an advice to us or a pathway for us to be able to stop this wasteful spending. We cannot continue to demand vocally. Are there directions that we can use to stop wasteful spending in Nigeria amongst our government as of today?
Well, there's no other way apart from to continue being very vocal and condemning that wasteful expenditure and saying that the resources should be used for the good of the people in other areas that are critical areas of development. Like we've always advocated, we can't continue what we're doing now at both at national and sub-national level with the expenditure. We need to do something drastic to cut the expenditure and waste and use the money very meaningful.